baby, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and today we're making history. At least I feel like we are. We're making Marvel Future Fight history because we're climbing this tree here. We're climbing the Null tree, and he's a tall tree to climb. Already at stage 59. Tomorrow I will be able to test and play stage 60 to see if a certain team can actually do it, and we'll get to that in just a moment here. In today's video, though, I'm going to be showing you stage 55 clear. And in case you don't know the requirements, it's human. Can I click? No, I can't click on that here. Click on it here. Human, female. All right, so we have all these characters here available. Yes, we have Moonstone. But let me tell you, it's not a walk in the park with Moonstone. And it's funny because I got this clear done a few days ago. I got stage 55 done a few days ago. Obviously, if I'm already at 59. And I've only been moving up one stage every day. I haven't been that ambitious to actually try to clear, multiple stages in a day. Maybe I could if I wanted to split Sharon Rogers and Moonstone, although I'm not completely convinced that Sharon Rogers could actually do it on her own, even with the brilliant energy. And it's actually pretty funny because the clear that I'm going to show you is this team right here. But the clear that I did when I initially cleared 55 and 56, yeah, because I cleared 57 and 58. So this was the team here that I used. But let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something with this team, because with Captain Marvel in Moonstone, you could do something, you could do the co-op trick, where it actually gives you an additional couple bars of damage. Well, depending on what stage you're playing, it might even give you more, it might give you a little bit less, depending on where your Conqueror level is, your Pierce, and so on and so forth. But let me show you something here. Sorry guys, I had a slight malfunction there. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm showing you, because with Captain Marvel Moonstone, you have the co-op skill that does the 5th skill, which then gives you more bars of damage there. So just let me show you what this does here. So if I go 4, 5, 6 co-op and then 3, I can't hit the 3 skill, and look where the damage stops. So it's about 55, 54 bars, right? Now, and it's funny because when I did 55 and 56, it allowed me to do this. Let me show you. Oops, I need her and then her on the team. Boom. So it allowed me to actually do this with that team that I just had. So Netmarble, they went in and they changed what the co-op skill actually does with Quasar on the team. It's pretty messed up. It's actually really messed up. So what it allowed me to do was this. I could hit the 3 skill now. And look, I'm at 51 bars there. So it's like almost an additional 3 bars of damage, right? Depending on where your proc is at. But that's kind of, it threw me off. It threw me away. I'm like, what is going on? So, I actually tried swapping Captain Marvel's uniform. I thought maybe that was it, but no. If you have Quasar on the team, it doesn't. The co-op skill uses the 3rd skill, which doesn't allow you to do more bars of damage. Now, having Sharon Rogers on the team, I don't want to say makes the clear easier. I'd say it requires a little more practice to actually get it right with Sharon Rogers as opposed to Quasar, because Quasar has an awakening skill. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage. It does like a couple, maybe 2-3 bars of damage. So it's okay. It's enough to where, you could pop in with Moonstone's awakening skill, and then you could pop in with Quasar and do, a couple additional bars just to push him down to those phases. I feel like there's pivotal points in your fight with Null that can make or break your clear. And that's doing a lot of damage in that short amount of time, just so you could push him through the phases, so you don't have to wait for him to do his attacks. And because there's certain times where you just can't attack Null, right? So having 2 characters with awakening skill is very nice, but Sharon Rogers' tier 3 skill definitely does much more damage than Quasar's awakening. I'd say it probably does like double the damage, but you have to go through 2 rotations in order to get to Sharon Rogers' tier 3 skill. Which is like, it'd be nice if it was just 2 rotations, right? Because most characters nowadays, you can get to their tier 3 skill in just 2 right? You do 1 rotation, and the very next rotation is tier 3. It's not the case with Sharon Rogers. Hopefully when she gets a new uniform, that is the case. Something else I want to talk about before I actually get into this clear here. Alrighty guys, check it out. So I actually brought this up in, I think, my stage 50 clear video, where I was talking about the requirements moving forward, and I was actually skeptical about 50 to 54, 55 to 59, which I'm clearing. Now 58 wasn't, like I said, it's not a walk in the park. It definitely took me a few tries, but it's possible. I did it. 59 is going to be possible. I'm concerned about 60 to 64 and then 65 to 70. So 60 to 64, I mentioned that. So we have, I think it's more to do with the supports that are actually available and the buffs that you can actually give a certain character, not necessarily how strong that character is. Obviously the character's got to be strong, but because we have Maker here and Maker's lead, right, it gives him 65% increase to attack. And then we have, where is my guy Thing? We got Thing here, right, which he only works for Fantastic Four allies, and he has 40% increase to all attacks, and then he has increased damage dealt to boss types by 25%, and then he gives some defensive buffs, which are definitely going to be helpful for clearing that stage because, man, Null, I've said it before, he whistles at you and you're done. You're a done deal. It's amazing how quickly you can actually die. And it's a good thing that Maker got his buffs and got that heal as well. And like I said, he gives him some defensive stuff. So he's getting a lot from Thing. And then we just got a new character, right? We got Taskmaster. Where is there he is? Boom. So Taskmaster's just, he's basically going to give him, he doesn't benefit from the Weapon Master. He doesn't have the Weapon Master tag, but he definitely can benefit from, right, all allies, 40% increased damage to supervillain types. So he's going to be getting a lot of buffs, a lot of support there. The other option would be like Crescent Lead, Taskmaster, and Moon Knight. Maybe. I think either of them are going to need a Brilliant. We'll see when we get there. It's only going to be a couple days. So tomorrow I'm going to clear 59, and then I'll be able to at least unlock 60, and I'll be able to test it. It won't count as a clear, but I'll be able to test the stage out. You can always test the next stage, after I get all my clears done there. So I'm looking forward to that. But the idea I have in my mind is Netmarables. They've kind of been leaving breadcrumbs, right? Put on my tinfoil hat here. They've been leaving breadcrumbs, and they've been kind of trickling us along to be able to clear these stages here, right? Like they made Falcon strong enough to get 45 to 50 done, 45 to 49, and also for Mephisto as well. Here's the thing about Mephisto though, like it's a huge headache. Falcon's proc on his tier 3 rotation is just like to get a solid run, you have to run it a ton of times. So it's going to take you a lot of time, and Mephisto attacks him through his tier 3 rotation, so you got to get real funky and clever with it. Gorilla Baby, he's doing it. He's done. He said it's taken him hours to do it, but I think he's playing like stage 54 tomorrow, maybe, and he said after that he's ripping the Brilliant off of Falcon, but I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt it right now. I'm going to focus on Null, and then once I get to a point where I can't move forward anymore, maybe then I'll come back to Mephisto there. But let me show you Mephisto's requirements, and then we're going to pop back to Null's requirements because there's some interesting things over there as well. So, yeah, for Mephisto, right now we're at 50 to 54. We're at Speed Hero, and then after that, it's Mal Villain. So we have... Right, we got Mephisto, and then he has support. So you have Taskmaster and you have Cyclops there. So I think Mephisto is not really going to have... You got other characters. You got Call Obsidian. He's combat. But you have some options there in terms of Mal Villain. You got Ebony Maw as, I guess, a lead. He's not... His what's it called? His uniform effect isn't going to apply there. But you got some options in terms of Mal Villain for Mephisto. But back to Null, because my main focus, like I said, until I can't go anymore, is going to be Null. But after Combat Human, we have Universal Mal. So let's pull up all the Universal Mal options here, because it's kind of slim pickings in terms of it's slim pickings. Okay, so I can't specify between male and female, but we have all our Universal Males here. So Null might be your best option. I might go as far as try Ghost Rider with a brilliant judgment. I have one on Rogue right now that I'm not really using Rogue all that much. Like she doesn't necessarily need it. I can give Rogue a mighty judgment and everything will be cool. But man, I think it seems like Null might be the best option right now. But here's my theory. My theory is I think that we might be seeing something like either Void, Sentry getting the Void uniform, or God Emperor Doom getting the white white uniform for Doom. I think that would be super dope because honestly, I don't think any characters right now here can do it. At least because there's no support. There's no support here. You have Null with his own lead. That's why I mentioned Null. And then you have Beta Ray Bill. You know, he can lead Thor, but Thor, they can't do it. That team's not going to be able to do it. No way. And there's no support at all. There's absolutely no support for Universal Mal. So I think they're going to give us some. They're going to give us something. They're either going to give us a character that's going to be strong enough to be able to do it without support. Maybe with only a lead. There aren't even any leads here either for Universal Mal. You got Vision with a 20% on the attack, and you have Thanos for villains. So we could be seeing Sentry the Void uniform with a killer lead for himself, or we could be seeing some support character that's going to offer some insane support for clear and Null for those stages. I think that's definitely going to be coming in the works very soon, so I think you should definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to it. That's my speculation. I'm kind of calling it for either this very next update, or mid-month. We're going to be seeing a Universal Mal something, either support or a very strong character, like I said, uniform for Sentry, or God Emperor Doom white uniform for Mr. Doom himself. And I'll be waiting for that. Alright, enough of my jibber jabbering. Let's get into it. What everyone came for. Let me play that track. Oh, and we also have Icarus too. Well, any of the Eternals. Let's imagine maybe the Eternals. We have to think that a lot of them would be Universal, although Cersei is Blast. So, you know, there's a thing. So yeah, the team Captain Marvel lead with their villain uniform. Sharon Rogers, Moonstone. And yes, I do the co-op skill there. And it gives me additional damage, like I showed you earlier in the video here. And I'm just kind of spamming Sharon Rogers' skills here just to try to pull up her, just to get her tier 3 going. Although there are certain instances where you could play Sharon Rogers just to do more damage on a regular rotation. And keep in mind, this isn't a perfect run. I actually just recorded this before I did the video. I wish I would have recorded my initial run when I first cleared 55. I think that was definitely a bit smoother than this run here. I did use Quasar, and it did allow me to use the co-op skill, and I would have used that team again, except that they change it. They change it on me, guys. So here, yeah, I got Sharon Rogers tier 3 here, and I have SFX on because Sharon Rogers does more damage on her tier 3 rotation with SFX on, and that goes for Null as well. Yeah, right there, if I could have hit the 3 skill, that would have been nice, but getting hit by those wonkers, like you see on a regular rotation, that's actually quite a bit of damage for this stage here. And I think it's important for these stages, if you're having a hard time, my main issue is getting through the from 30 to 22, and then from 22 to 12 bars. And you got to be able to deal a lot of damage really fast. So right here, I think it's a good strategy if you're using a team up like this, Sharon Rogers and Moonstone, or even just Sharon Rogers. Having Sharon Rogers tier 3 here and hitting the 3 skill before he jumps, and then going into a rotation like this. So you can pop off, quickly get that tier 3 going, and then you have Moonstone, bada bing, bada boom. Being able to pop him down to 22 bars before he even sends out his little symbiote circles is absolutely clutch. It's huge in my opinion. Now I think the rest of the run here didn't go as smooth. I certainly could have got down to 30 bar phase a bit faster, 100%. But I think it went okay. There's a couple things that could have went a little bit better here. And at this point, would have liked to have him down like a little bit further. I think is more comfortable. But yeah, Captain Marvel, she could take a hit. With that uniform, she could certainly take a hit. So she's somebody who you can kite with and that sort of thing. Now right here, I found that it works very well for what you have your character swap as soon as he spawns those circles there. And then, you know, pop him with an awaken skill, a tier 3 skill. Something to get him down to this phase here. Now, here is also a good spot to deal additional damage. So when after the dragon here, when he goes over to the corner here, I'll tell you exactly when it happens. But right before he spawns the circles again, you can pop them. You know, pop off that awaken skill, a tier 3 skill. Well, a lot of times you want to save that. So right here, you see, I did not use the awaken skill because that's something that I 100% need for the for the end of the match, to push them down to that 7 bars there. So, like right there, you want to try to avoid this. This is just a waste of time here. But you know, it's just something I got to do. You got to go through. You got to go through the. You got to jump through the hoops, so to speak. Also, another thing with Moonstone. So what you can do with her is you can do 4, 5, and then a delay cancel until you kind of see her kind of fly off the screen, and then go into the rest of the rotation. And then this way you can hit 5 and 3 and catch that proc again on the flip side. So right there, I kind of wait for 5 a second to go back into go into 6 and then 3, and then this way you can catch the proc. But I missed it. I missed the proc there. I don't know. It wasn't quick enough. It went off before I could actually hit the skills. But I had Sharon Rogers tier 3 ready to finish the job. Had I not had that ready, I might not have got that clear right there. So that's definitely something to consider as well. But we got it done. Stage 55, guys. I think that's pretty amazing there. Stage 55. Like I said, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a walk in the park, but you can certainly get it done. I got it done. I do have Brilliance on both Moonstone and Sharon Rogers, but like I said, I got it done with Quasar, and Quasar only has a Mighty. She's got a Mighty energy. Could you get this done with the Mighty energy on Moonstone? Possibly. I think with enough practice, and you know, you might have to do maybe a swap type thing, but I think you can certainly get it done. But I'm climbing the charts, guys. I'm going to continue moving up Null. I'm going to kind of put Mephisto on the back burner for now, and I'm going to continue moving up Null until I can't go anymore. And I think that might actually be when I hit stage 65. I think 65 is going to be the point where it kind of just gets stuck. But I'll tell you that once I do get there, I'm going to try everything. I'm going to try everything. I've been talking about Silver Surfer and maybe trying them with an energy, because as we all know, Rage and Pierce. So energy, but let me know. Actually, somebody in the comments, leave me a good proc rotation for Silver Surfer, because I've actually never used him with a proc. But I'm anxious to actually give that a shot and try it out. But I don't know, I might have to go as far as a Brilliant Judgment on this guy, but I still don't think he can do it just because of the lack of lead and support. Maybe if you had a really good lead for him. The best lead for Ghost Rider right now, I think it looks like it's just going to be Vision with 20% to all attack, which is terrible. I don't think Vision can do it. Vision might actually be stronger than Ghost Rider for Null. He's another tricky one with a proc, but he's not as bad as Falcon. Falcon, I think, is way worse than Vision. But yeah, I'll be trying that out. But yeah, I think Icarus could possibly get something. But my guess, throwing my tinfoil hat on again, is either Sentry Void or God Emperor Doom. I really hope it's God Emperor Doom. I mean, either one would be absolutely amazing. It's a bummer that Blue Marvel isn't stronger. That'd be really dope. I mean, they could just made this guy strong. Boom, called it a day. But I think, like I said, they're leaving breadcrumbs for the top players, which it looks like it's just me and Gorilla Baby right now who are actually pushing Null. I don't think there's anybody out that's even close to us. I think there's some players that are actually starting. I know of one that's trying to clear with Falcon. I think they're on stage 45 right now, and they're having a tough time doing it. I think they just need more of an increase on their Conqueror level, so they'll be able to do it in the next couple days, but then trying to clear 46, 47, 48, 49 might be a bit of a challenge there for them. But yeah, I think they don't want to keep their players stagnant. They want to keep the excitement going. And why wouldn't you, right? Because once the players get stagnant, they get bored, and then they turn to other things for their attention. So, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we're making history here. We're climbing Null, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm stoked to give stage 60 a shot, and I'll be putting that up in a video as well. If you guys want to see it sooner than later, let me know in the comments. Say, I want to see 60. I want to see if the maker can actually do that. He's going to need that brilliant energy, and I won't be shy to actually give him one. Oh, and by the way, guys, real quick, I equipped the Guardians of the Galaxy card because check it out, I got blue attack speed on it. Yes, indeed I did. Where is the, why can I, man, that's always so lame. Yeah, I can't hit the options there, but in any case, I got blue attack speed, and I was looking for the cooldown, if you remember, so I could swap out this Cable card, but because I got the attack speed, it allowed me to swap out the Baby Spider, because without that, I'd have 22%, and I mentioned that that's kind of skating on low territory there. So right now, it's comfortable, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be going after, I'm going to be rolling this Crescent card. Actually, I rolled this card like 8 times yesterday, and I got this roll here. Honestly, if this physical attack was, energy attack, I'd be able to start crafting this card. But it's not. Yeah, energy defense, I think it might be the best thing there. Assuming that you have your crit damage and, you know, your crit rate where it needs to be, physical defense would be the next best thing there. And then I got this roll as well. I mean, very good rolls. Very, very good rolls. But yeah, I need 7 quality on this card, and then I would try to swap Baby Spider. So I'm going to have to roll this, try to get 7 quality basically with these exact stats. We'll see how that goes, and then the idea would be to swap out this Black Panther card. I know it's rolled both attack stats, but to make any increase, to make any progress, which some progress can be made, but yeah, it would be this card and then the Cable card to actually be swapped out there. But I need 7 quality on both those cards there, and that's what we're going to be doing in the future. But set doesn't look too bad. 50 max HP. Even on the crafted stats, I'm actually missing 21%. So if I wanted to go and roll max HP on this card and then this card here, which I plan on swapping out, so I'm not going to do that yet, I could potentially have 70%, like about 71%, 70.7%. That's what I could end up with. And then I have over 151 energy and then 140 physical. It's not too shabby, guys, not too shabby, because I was missing the all attack on the Baby Spider card that I swapped out. So that's pretty much why I did that. It was energy attack. So yeah, it's a pretty good increase, and I got some more max HP. So with that being said, I'm going to end it there. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. But you better stay tuned, because I got more stuff up my sleeve. You better stay breezy out there. But most of all, friend, you stay safe now. Peace.